But we all wash hands when we think it's dirty, when we all have doubts. Did I lock the door? Did I turn off the knob? But when does these mere habits turn into diagnosable disorder? Today, in this video, let's explore the diagnostic criteria for OCD and understand what truly sets it apart. So the diagnostic criteria of OCD have been revised again, time and again. First, it was given by DSM-5. It was also given by ICD-10, and it has been revised in ICD-11. So we will be quickly discussing the OCD diagnostic criteria according to DSM-5 and ICD-10. Now, according to DSM-5, OCD is diagnosable when a person has obsessions, that is repetitive thoughts, images, and compulsion, that is the act they perform in result of the obsession. So an obsession of contamination and compulsion of repetitive hand washing. So either of these should be present or both of these. So obsession, compulsion, or both of these. Now, these obsessions or compulsions should be time consuming, that is, they take around or more than 1 hour per day of a person. So because it is time consuming, as the person is repetitively performing these acts, it leads to clinically significant distress. The person feels distressed, and impairment in social, occupational, and other important areas of functioning. So when the person is repetitively involved in performing these activities, they are not able to report on time to the office, they are not able to mingle well with their friends and family. So all these also are a diagnostic criteria for OCD. Now the third criteria is these symptoms should not be attributable to the physiological effect of any other substance or medication. So the doctor will take history that are you taking any substance or any drug of abuse or medication that you have been taking for a longer period of time, or do you have any other medical condition which could result into these kinds of obsessions and compulsions. And the last and most important criteria is the symptoms of OCD, or these symptoms should not be better explained by the symptoms of any other mental disorders. So the symptoms should be characteristically of OCD and not any other mental disorder. Now what is this 300.3? So 300.3 is a very important code which is given by DSM-5 for OCD. Now coming to ICD criteria. So ICD-10 has labeled OCD as F42. This is the ICD-10 code, and ICD-11 has labeled it as 6B20. So this is the ICD-11 code for OCD. Now according to ICD, the diagnostic criteria requires some features. Now first is again the same, there should be obsessional symptoms and compulsive acts or both. So either of these or both of these present together, and they have given the duration that these symptoms should last for at least 2 weeks. So if it is less than 2 weeks, we can't categorize it as OCD. Only once the symptoms have persisted for at least 2 weeks, we will consider it as OCD, and these cause significant distress and interfere with the activities of the person. Now these thoughts should be recognized as their own thoughts and impulses. So the patient should not think that these thoughts have been implanted in my head by someone else, or these are not my own thought. So these thoughts should be recognized as his own thoughts, and at this particular moment when a patient comes to you, at least one act or thought is resisted unsuccessfully. So we don't consider if the patient had something in past and they have resisted it successfully. Only when the patient is not able to resist these desires or urges to perform the acts or these repetitive thoughts, then only we will diagnose it as OCD. And these repetitive performance of activities though they may lead to relief from anxiety, but this is not pleasurable for the person. So there is relief from anxiety only when performing the compulsive act, but it is not pleasurable for the person, and the person will have significant distress because of these repetitive activities. And these activities are unpleasantly repetitive. So even if the patient doesn't want to do it, has to do it to get relief from the anxiety. So same thought, same images, same impulsive occur again and again. This was all about the diagnostic criteria of OCD. Hope you are clear with it and understand the difference between ICD and OCD and DSM diagnostic criteria. Now in both ICD-11 and DSM, there are some specifiers based on insight. So good to fair insight, poor insight, or absent insight. So once the patient has met the criteria according to DSM or ICD-11, then we can put some specifiers along with the diagnosis, like OCD with good to fair